Hey everybody. So this is something of an out-of-box review, though not exactly. I'm expecting this is, a kit that has been out of production for probably the better part of 10 years. The masters were sold to another guy who's been keeping a new version in production, but this particular version has been long gone. Let's see if I can get this open here. Almost. Definitely nice packaging. I definitely want to thank the seller for this. It's far better than I would have imagined. July 26, 2002, Captain Cardboard Xwing resin kit. I bet it's even the same newspaper here. So this is a studio scale kit. The story, as far as I know it, is that it was cast off several of the original pyro models, several different parts of several different pyro models. Wow, look at those engines. Those were put together into this single kit, slightly restored by Captain Cardboard. After he did a run of it for a while, the masters were sold off. Wow, look at that wing. That is just gorgeous. The masters were sold off to another fellow who took that kit. I think he released a similar version straight out of that. Then he's been working up the molds and ever since. So this was, say, version 2 of the Captain Cardboard kit. There's now a version 3.1, so basically 5 generations down the line. Well, maybe 4 since this one existed. Damn. Look at that body. It's a little warped with age, but that's not a problem at all. This is definitely freaking great. Let me get all the other parts out here. And I'll line them up for a review. Definitely quite the large amount of pieces. I didn't count how many, but I definitely know there's a lot. Despite that, the build itself is relatively easy. There are no directions as such, but there was a 4-part video put together years and years ago describing how everything goes together. And if I can get any permission to repost that on my YouTube channel, I will. But yeah, this is definitely monstrous. The fuselage itself is about 16 inches. Throw the engines and the nose on it, and it's probably like a 20-inch model. Castings, typical of a Captain Cardboard kit. Any flash that's on a part simply whisks away with a fingernail if it doesn't fall off right there in front of you. All the castings are pretty damn crisp. There's definitely lots of detail everywhere. The first version of this kit, these engine blocks or shoulders weren't actually attached. You had to do that yourself. That's why I know this is a version 2. And I know this wasn't the new guy who took over the model because the lasers are done in a couple different pieces. And then the changes that he's made since then have totally changed up everything. The fuselage is a little different. Everything's been resized. And if you're interested in knowing more about that, you can PM me here at YouTube. I don't know if I'll be able to do a tape up of this model at all, but I'll definitely certainly try. These blocks here allow you to build the wings in either the X or closed configuration. The canopy here is really nice and sharp. All that flash in the middle will simply whisk away. The pilot and the R2 unit are really nicely detailed. There are metal pieces for this that can be used as replacement. I don't know if I'll be doing that or just using these. They do look a little nicer. There's a lot of builds of this particular model and the Xwing in general, studio scale, over at Resin Illuminati. So definitely have a look over there if you want to see some really great stuff. There's another good site, Modelers Myth and Magic, I think. I'll confirm that in the notes for the YouTube page, but that's one to look up as well. Exceptional builds, exceptional work. A lot of people have done some really good justice to this model, and we'll see if I can live up to any of that. I don't know that I'll go for red 1 through 6 specifically, because I'm not really into matching props. I'm more interested in building a model. So maybe this will be red, maybe it'll be blue, maybe it'll be green. I don't quite know yet. Well, maybe not green. We'll go with a different color. But that's the point. So we'll see what I do with this. I'm not quite sure. And as a last shot, let me pull out, let me do some taping and see what I can do with this. Definitely astonishing. Obviously this is really the best I can do because the parts are completely loose. This is the studio scale TIE Fighter wing right next to it. It's about 17-18 inches, so this is somewhere in the 20-22 range. Excuse me. And then the 1/24th A-wing here is probably about half the length. I thought this pilot was far too small when I was looking at some reference photos, but he's pretty much the same size as this guy. Don't know if I'll be able to change R2 into like an R5 or something like that. We'll see. If I wasn't committed to another really big project right now, I would pretty much dive into this right at the moment. I'd kickstart my TIE Fighter again. But the fact is, holding off on this for a few weeks or a month is definitely going to be the right thing to do, because this is getting lit. And lighting that cockpit is definitely going to be a challenge. So I got to do a lot of research before I start this one. I don't want to screw it up. And I learned a few good things about weathering on this guy here and aging paint. So I will be taking those lessons learned, applying them to this guy. And wow, it's just really astonishing. Not only the fact that this is a model from 8 years ago, the fact that the builder or the owner never built it at all, never did any prep work, everything is still pretty much pristine the way it shipped 8 years ago, and that I got it for $200 is further astonishing. The A-wing here cost about that much, as did the TIE Fighter. So I guess it's kind of in range. But the new version, which is a significant improvement on the entire body of this one, is definitely a little more than that. So I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. You can't really ever get this kind of thing, except maybe if you happen to find one on eBay. But I'm definitely a fan of studio scale now, that's for damn sure. So thanks for watching. See ya.